Alright guys, working on a 2024 Kia Sportage. I've actually replaced this glass before. We're going to replace it again. At the same time, we're going to do a free recalibration for her, just so I can show you. Already got her permission on how we do a recalibration. So first thing I've done is I've arrived at the job here, and I've got my connector hooked up into the port there of the vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to where you can see it. And this is what comes up on the screen on my tablet. I'm using an Autel tablet. And so I'm going to show you the first things you do when you show up to a job. And that is you get a pre-scan report of the vehicle before you do any work on the vehicle. So as you can see, I've got the vehicle in accessory mode, or you could turn it on for the pre-scan, that is. And what you want to do is, you see the little blue dot there, it's got the vehicle. I just want to hit that button right there. It's in the center of the screen. So we're going to hit the blue dot, and it's going to ask me for my repair number. And so I'm going to go get my repair number, which is going to be, let's see, 11737. And we're going to click OK. Now what this is doing is this is going into her vehicle, and it's going to ask me to confirm her VIN number. I've actually got her VIN number on my phone, so I'm going to look and see if that's it. Yep, we're going to confirm. We're going to hit OK. And so then we're going to select, is this USA or Europe? It's just got some questions we're going to go through, and then it's filling everything in. Oh, and now it's asking me, what do we got? Let's see here. Let's check that out. I'm going to go with the first option here. Alright, once you get in there, you're just going to click OK until we get to where we can scan the computer of the vehicle and see if there's any faults in this vehicle. And so it's loading up right now. Alright, when you're on the screen here, don't go into ADAS calibration right now, because that's going to be later. That's going to be after you do the replacement. What you want to do right now is go ahead and top left there where it says pre-scan, click on that icon. And now where it's in the bottom right there, it says fault scan in blue, click fault scan, and then just kind of walk away and let it do its thing. I'm going to go ahead and enter my customer information. Right now, for her privacy, I am going to remove this from the screen so you can't see that part of the video, but the VIN number is okay. So I'm going to go back to widescreen camera here, and I'm going to enter her name and stuff. I need to get a license plate. I got a picture of the license plate with my phone. We attached the pictures to the end of the report as well. The insurance company loves to have pictures of the license plates. And this is a custom license plate, so. And then let's see here, done. All right, I'm gonna switch back so you can see what it's doing. It's just scanning the computer right now, and as it scans the computer, I'm going to start doing prep work on myself. So I'm going to get my gloves on and get ready. It's going to ask me if I want to add any photos. You would click yes on this option and just snap some quick photos of the vehicle. I'm going to load those later, so I'm just going to say no right now while I'm doing this for y'all. And so we do have one fault, and it's a fault with the camera there. It looks like a software error, so this is kind of nice that we're going to do a free recalibration for her and hopefully get that fixed for her. But that's the first step. So now the second step is to do the replacement work on the vehicle. So we're going to go back to our camera here, and we're going to exit out of this. All right, so I'm going to go pop the hood. We're going to shut the vehicle off, make sure it's completely off, not in accessory mode or anything. Make sure these lights do go off so that we don't run her battery down. And then we're going to start doing the replacement of the windshield. all my tools. First thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to remove the windshield wiper post covers to reveal what size socket is on there. Looks like it's going to be a 14 millimeter, and it is. So we're going to take the nuts here off the wiper post. That way we can get the wipers out of the way. Everything I take off this vehicle goes in this bag right here too. That way I don't lose it. Compression at the hinge on the windshield wiper in order to remove them. Same thing, compression right here at the hinge. Looks like next we got those little fake Phillip head screws, plastic clips that go in. And so what I'm going to do, this one's just spinning freely with my little flathead here, so I'm going to hold the side with the flathead, then I'm going to go in with my Phillips on top, and as I turn my Phillips, while keeping the weight of the Phillips off of it, this is going to slide under, and then I'll be able to get that clip out. Get my pry bar next to help remove them. This one on the driver's side, it again went back down when I tried to remove it with my pry bar, so I'm going to have to use these tools again to get it back up. You could go underneath them, but on the sides you can't because it's actually metal right there that is underneath it, so you'd be unable to get underneath it there. But the two in the center, you can definitely go underneath it there. That'll definitely work. So just fired our handle for Instagram. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we just kind of post our not really videos, but we just pictures of our jobs that we work on. There is a hose over on the passenger side. Disconnect the hose and I can get the cowl completely out of here. We're just going to tuck that underneath the vehicle so that it's out of the way. remove the side exterior pieces, we're just going to use this blue pry bar here. Works really great. You can get it at Harbor Freight. You can buy it online on Amazon. They come in a pack of about 5 others, but this is the only one in the pack that is this wide, and it's actually kind of real good, nice stiff material. It's not going to flex on you or anything. Love working with this on these side exterior pillars. Same thing on the passenger side. Just kind of pull it up a little bit, sliding the bar under, and then prime back. I'm gonna move my tablet out of the way here so I got room to work. All right, next thing, I'm gonna jump inside the vehicle. I'm gonna get lane departure disconnected. I'll be right back as soon as I do that. All I'm gonna need is just usually, let's see, sometimes you need a T20, flathead screwdriver, pick, sometimes a pry bar, so I'll just take my green bag. It's got all that in there. All right, lane camera, rain sensor, and condensation sensor are no longer snapped to the windshield. We're just gonna let them dangle. The rear view mirror, there's no power cable going to it, so we took it off the tombstone and we set it down in the middle there, as well as the plastic coverings that are covering it. Next things up is to get our string or whatever removal tool we're gonna use to cut this glass out. We're gonna use our string. It's our go-to. We do like using the Spider, and that way it's safer on the vehicle and easier on our backs.
mom just got this brand new truck, you know, and if she ever, do you show up, where do you go, you don't show up at houses, people's houses maybe? Oh, my mom lives in Gluckstadt, but anyway, you know, if this ever, her last truck, she got wrecked. Lady pulled out in front of her, but anyway, it had a crack all the way across the front. But y'all can just do that right here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come on out and do the replacement there, and if she needs recalibration, we can do that as well. Then we do recalibration.
That's amazing. Thank you. Because I mean, you know, you never know when a rock's going to hit your windshield. And then when it starts getting hot, it don't take long for that crack to go across, does it? It doesn't have to be a star. It just any kind of crack.
Any type of crack, and then like you said, heat is a big thing. Cold weather is another big thing. Your defroster being turned on.
So cold will make it crack just as well?
Yep.
Oh, it expands, it cracks.
It expands and shrinks with the weather.
Yeah.
It's temperature changes.
Yeah, she's got one of those new Sierras. It's a GMC.
Yeah.
Sierra. Oh, it's nice. It's got the little thing you can see when you're backing up. It's got the heated seats.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest sensation. I sat down in her other trunk. What's going on here? Yeah, but if she, because I just know any day now, I mean, there could be a crack.
Yeah.
And we were, because I mean, you know, I don't think she has any idea who to call.
We do box it repairs as well, so if she's got that round per minute, we can throw those for $50 and then $10 in the additional at that time.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, you know how you got to get on the phone and look somebody up.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go to Quickset for the charge. They're charged to go out there.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I saw you because you never know when that's going to happen.
That's right.
And she's got a brand new truck, windshield. I bet it's about what, $800?
Depends if she's got lane departure or not. Lane departure is that little triangle that's up in the top there, as well as heads-up display. None of these vehicles have it. Heads-up display is a projector that projects the speed onto the glass. If she's got those two features, instantly that glass is probably like $500, $600, $700, $800, just because of those.
And it goes up, don't it?
Well, sort of. But like if it's just a plain Jane, no sensors or anything, we could probably do it for around.
I don't think she's got any sensors on those glass, but I think it's just a plain old windshield.
Yeah. Well, just have her text me the picture of the VIN number, and I can run a quote that away and get you a quote on it.
Yeah. The VIN number of the vehicle?
Yeah, the VIN number of the vehicle, and that'll tell me what glass she has. And I can get that for you.
Yeah, so she won't have to drive to any specific location to get back up. This is awesome. I'm so glad I saw you
Come to her house, come to her work, go to her doctor's appointment, do it there, wherever.
Man, that's amazing. I saw your vehicle, I'm going, oh no, that can't be true. Great, because I just have this funny feeling something's going to hit her windshield.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And now she ain't got to go looking for somebody.
That's right.
I found her I was working at Waffle House, and I got to talking to some people. I'm always talking, and he's got his own tow truck. Something happened. I got his card. I gave Mom one. She used it. Ain't that funny? Yeah. I figured she would never have to use him, and nothing was going to happen. And then it did.
Never hurts to get cards.
So we will definitely look at you up.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, son.
You're welcome. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I've got the bottom strung, but it's not in the channel. There is a little bitty piece of metal, so it's glass, space, and then the little metal lip, and it sticks out a little bit further. My string did not slip in there, so I've got my string looped around the passenger side mirror over there, and what I'm now going to do is just kind of reach under and pull that string back in the channel while keeping tension in my left hand here that has the string, and it's going to allow that line to pop in. But to do that, I need to start from the driver's side, which is where I started stringing from, and work my way back across to the passenger side here. So let's get that back in the channel. All right, we're good. So now we can complete the stringing process. We're just going to go up the side here, come around the corner at the top. Had a molding on it, just pulled the molding off. Looks like I did break my string at a previous job. So it's a little short. Usually it would come down here and I could anchor it down at the bottom. All right, next we're gonna make sure I get my safety glasses on for this part, just in case the string pops. I don't want it hitting me in the face. I've got a hat on to kind of help shield my face too, so if glass starts slinging, I can kind of tuck my head down. But at the same time, I want to watch my string and make sure there's nothing that's gonna cut that shouldn't cut. Got my drill. We're gonna put it on the first setting. We don't want much torque at all. We want to keep that torque low. And then, yeah, just pull and watch, and make sure you don't cut those VIN numbers off. That's a very important thing. So use your shield around those VIN numbers and corners there, and other than that, you're pretty good. If you're not working on a Mustang's got a very tight pillar. You pretty much don't have to use the shield if you get your position correct on your suction cup around the vehicle. But on those Mustangs, that pillar is so tight against that glass, you have to use a shield every time, otherwise you're cutting that pillar up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting on this, and I'll be back in just a moment. As you can see, I work from outside the vehicle as much as possible. I only get inside when I'm messing with the lane departure camera, things like that. Other than that, everything else I do outside the vehicle. I don't want to get my stench if I'm stinky, hot and sweaty. Luckily, this is the first job of the day for me, and it's a nice cold day with slight showers in the area. So I'm not sweating or anything. I feel good right now. But I just practice that. I like to stay outside the vehicle. I don't like to get inside the vehicles. I only get in there when I have to. Next position is going to be the top passenger corner up here. To keep it off the headliner, I like to do another position in the middle of the glass. glass position. That's it. Make sure you notice my drill here. I'm keeping it off the dash. The other thing that you're not seeing is she's got a screen that goes all the way to the passenger side in this vehicle, and so I do not want this drill to fall or touch that screen. Any pressure on there will crack it, and that's a lot of money. So you need to be mindful of where your drill is at and watch its position at all times, so that you don't hurt or damage other aspects of the car that you're working on. All I'm going to do now, I'm keeping my drill in there. We're just going to pull the line through. Once it comes through, I still leave my drill in. I just release the suction cup. I'm able to take the drill and the suction cup out at the same time. That way I can carry everything back to the vehicle without having just being overloaded with just individual parts. And so when I bring everything over here, just putting everything back in my case, back in my storage. Take this off the drill and then hang my drill up. The glass is free to come out now, so we're going to go over to the driver's side, shut the door, and we're just going to pull that glass out. Next up is your trimming phase. So let's go ahead and take this off. Trimming phase is just, I got me my little tool. I love this thing. This thing is light. So I used to use, let me show you what I used to use. I used to use this guy right here. And this you can get from the from Equalizer or from your local warehouse. And it's all right and everything. I mean, like, it stores blades in the handle. But I don't need blades stored in the handle. I got a toolbox right here that can hold my blades. But this just kind of, it's a little heavy for me. When I come to this thing is super light. It's well balanced for me. This right here is not balanced, okay? You've got a plastic handle that's got blades back there. So see, it's already tipping backwards. Whereas this right here, just holding it right here, and this thing it's balanced out nicely, so it feels super light because they got the balance just correct for me. The only thing you gotta worry about is your blade slipping out. Even though it's tight, this blade will come out of there if you get jammed up in there. But I love this thing. I paid $13 back in the day. It's WRD brand, and yeah, now I think it's like $16, but to me it's still worth it. Like, if I ever lost mine, I would use this for the job, but as soon as I'm done using this for that job, I would immediately go online and buy me a new one. And as soon as this new one came in for this one, I'd be using this. Love this one. All right, let's see. Hey Javier, thank you for joining. Glad to have you, man. So yeah, we are live. We are working out in the field this Monday morning of April, cold April here in Mississippi for some reason. Not used to this. We usually don't have jackets on, but it's 10:19. Got the glass ripped out now, and so next stage after glass is out, after you trim the urethane away, you want to clean that frame really well. There is a little, it did rain a little bit this morning, so the vehicle is a little wet as well, so we need to make sure we get the pinch weld as dry as possible, so we don't have any issues there with the bonding of our urethane. So I'm gonna go get some towels and we're gonna get that cleaned up. Let's go to a wider shot. I'm gonna do my prep work over here for y'all, just so y'all can see everything. Got to put a molding on this glass, so we're going to be putting a Jeep style molding on there. It's slightly different than the one I ripped off of there. The one that I ripped off was a flip up on the sides. I didn't care for that. These Kias, they should, you want them to have that nice underside molding that does have a flip up, yes, but I didn't like how it was the encapsulation kind that had the butyl on the inside that just encased the whole glass. You want a nice glass to glass finish. You don't want glass molding glass. So we're going to put an underside molding on there, and that'll make the appearance of this vehicle much nicer now. yes, actually, we've got the Rhino as a removal tool as well. It's all right. I like it. I like pretty much everything that WRD puts out. WRD suction cups, I use those as well. Here's the question, guys, just so y'all can see it. Have you tried the WRD Rhino? And yeah, all their stuff I like. Works really well. I've even used the bat. Took me some time to get used to it. But man, just about all my stuff is gonna be WRD. I even got the here's the Rhino here. It's a cold knife. Forgot the camera's over here. It's magnetic and everything. Really great for those that don't know anything about this tool. So I'll just show you real quick. So it's a magnetic tool on both sides, and really quick and easy to assemble in there. Now you go with Equalizer's version of this cold knife, which is the little U-shape. You're paying $100 just for the tool, for that U-shape. For this guy, you're only paying like $35, $45 for it, and you get 3 blades with it. Not a bad deal. And these blades you can get at you can get it online, you can get them at your local warehouse. But the blades just slide in, they're really nice, and you just slide up under your glass and then slide out. And then whenever you need to, you know, slide back in, it's real nice, real comfortable grip. I love it. But I love their Spider. I love the bat. I've seen the new one in operation too that they came out with, their removal tool, and I like it. I've got the Pro6 for WRD. I've used that in a few of my videos. For this vehicle, we're not going to use the Pro6. We're going to use the Lil'Buddy just so we get a little bit more precision on it. But oh man, I love working with the Rhino. It's my go-to for whenever I show up at the job and all the glass is just smashed and I need to get a blade in there. I'm definitely using this tool here. And my last tool that I'll use, of course, is the reciprocal saw. I don't like using the reciprocal saw as much because I'm, you know, afraid I'm going to hit the vehicle and scratch it up. I'm not a person that likes to have those scratches or anything like that, and every time I see that on customers' vehicles, it breaks my heart, because that's thousands of dollars that some technician going way too fast and just didn't take the precautions. You know, he didn't do his proper work there for a few $100s in his pocket, and he fucked up their vehicle. So man, I love working with that. Yeah, I love WRD tools. Are great. I support all of them. I love their products. So I'm gonna flip this glass over now. I only flip it over this angle just so I can put my moldings on there when I'm working with the underside. This underside molding did not want to stick to the glass, probably due to the moisture in the air right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over, continue my prep work on it, and I need to go and get some primer on this vehicle here so that we can get it setting up and ready for my install. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some primer. I'm gonna use what is it, 5504G. We're gonna prime the whole frame real quick. A little wobble. Get that thing. Rag. I got a sticker in the middle of the glass. I need to get a razor blade and remove that. What's our closest supplier? He used to be a manager for Migrant for 8 years ago. So our closest supplier is going to be PGW and Pilkington. They're actually side by side off of Highway 80 in Pearl, Mississippi. Well, not side by side exactly, but just down the road. Not a far distance from each other. So we've got both suppliers we use, and then of course I've got Migrant that delivers at night from New Orleans area. They'll bring in shipments at about 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, and just drop it off, not in the back of our van, but in the back of one of my trucks that I've got. We utilize all of our suppliers, just whoever's got the cheapest price on the glass that I'm looking for, or even has the glass in stock. There's a lot of suppliers that don't carry a lot of types of glass for us that I need for my customers here locally, and so just whoever's got the best price, so I can carry that best price over to my customers for the lowest price that I can go down on there. I don't stick with NAG's listing for my cash customers. My profit margins are, I'm right there with everybody else, but I'm just on the underside of everybody else, just so I can keep my customers happy. It's just me and one other guy working, and we don't need much or anything to make a living and get by, so I'm able to carry those cost savings over to my customers there. Don't exactly remember how much I'm charging for this customer. Really, I'm only charging her for a windshield replacement. We're going to do a recalibration. We're going to do that for free for her, just so I can show y'all how we do this recalibration on this type of vehicle. So when prepping my glass, I like to be on the top side center. It allows me to reach all areas of the windshield, no matter how big it is. When I work in the bottom, I can't reach the top as easily. But on my glass, when I do my prep work, I always work from this top side. It allows me to reach every aspect of the glass with ease on both sides. I'm 5'10". Some guys are shorter, yeah, and they have to move around the glass or get a turntable, and there's no problem with that. But this is the best position for a person of my height working on these windshields. All right, I believe we're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get my urethane. I'm gonna check and make sure my primer's dry. And then primer, you don't want to put primer up there. This is where people make the mistake. Do not put primer on your frame and then immediately follow it up with urethane. You need to give it time to dry. That's where the mistake is on people, that it does use primer on the whole vehicle. You need to give it time to dry, but I promise you, the bond, priming the whole vehicle, the bond is gonna be unmatched. Going urethane to urethane, yeah, that's okay and that's allowed, but the bond, especially here in Mississippi, I don't know if it's something different that I've noticed, but here in Mississippi with how hot it gets, that urethane on urethane bond doesn't bond too good. You can easily pull urethane off of urethane real easily. So if they get in a little fender bender or crash or something like that, that bond could come off. They could potentially have a leak. So the best thing I found is to always put primer on the vehicle. I do not put primer on the glass. We're using a primerless to glass. We're using U428+. It is a fast dry urethane. It takes a little longer than some Sika brands and a few others, but to me it's much better than your Sika. Your Sika, I don't know if y'all have used it or seen it. When you cut into it, it cracks and it falls apart. And even when you take the glass out after using a cold knife or a string, which should have a nice smooth sort of cut to it, and you look at it, it's got pits and valleys through it. It's just, I don't want to take the risk of water getting through those valleys that Sika forms whenever it dries. So what I like to do is I use U428+, and it's a nice, good, strong urethane. It does take a little bit longer, but it's still fast drying. And the safe drive away time for my customers is still going to be that 1 hour time from once I leave. Once I set that glass and doing a recalibration, I'm still here for at least an hour. So 2 hours later, they're okay to drive the vehicle. So, but let me go and get my urethane, get it popped, get it loaded in my gun. We're gonna get this glass set. I'm seeing some sprinkles on the glass. So we're gonna go ahead and have to dry the frame off again, get our urethane down, and get that glass set real quick. Because it's so cold, I keep my urethane inside my engine whenever I'm sitting still at idle. That warms up my urethane, allows it to come out real nice and smooth. Instead of spending all that money on one of those heat boxes and keeping a heat box in your truck or van, just put it on your engine block when you get to the job, 2 or 3 tubes, and then you'll be good for that job. Just a few sprinkles, not too much. Alright, so what I do is I like to save my daubers. If anybody's watching my videos, I'm always talking about this. Save your daubers and you use it to pancake your urethane at the joint spots. Use the Lil'Buddy PRO2 tool to set up and install my glass. A quick measurement for me. Little sprinkles off the glass that came through moments ago. All right, we're ready to set. I'm going to shut this door over here. All right, glass is set. Just got to put it in position now. Zoom in for y'all. All right, so glass is set. Whenever you're setting the glass too, you don't push down with all your weight on the glass. You don't want to flatten that urethane out. You just want to push down a little bit and guide it down below the roof line, just slightly, or even with the roof line. Check your molding too, your flaps on them. You don't want them sticking above, because if you got them sticking above, when they get up to highway speeds, it's going to vibrate. When it vibrates, it's going to produce that hum noise, that whistle. And customers are always going to complain about that. So to prevent that, make sure you get that molding tucked down a little bit just below the roof line. If you saw, I don't know if you all watched closely, but I kind of pulled my hand back, raked it back toward the front of the windshield, and I'm just feeling to see if I grabbed that molding. I didn't grab the molding, so we were good. But you just want to put a little bit of pressure there just to make the glass, make sure it makes contact all around on your V bead for your urethane, and then just don't flatten it out. You flatten it out, the issue comes when trying to cut out the glass. Makes it hard for the next technician that comes to work on it. And also too, I tend to believe that when a rock hits, and if that glass is flattened out and it's you know, straight on that metal, it's more chance that rock is going to spread almost immediately, because there is no cushion there. So if you get a nice little cushion, I like to believe, or like to think, that when you get a rock, you got a little bit of time before it's going to start spreading, to get to that glass shop, get to that technician, and get that taken care of. Of course, we're going to clean up all of our mess. We don't leave anything behind. You want a torque screwdriver, and we're going to put this vehicle back together. Getting the mirror reattached right now. was real easy to get back in place. No issues with it, guys. Just gonna line out my all the clips and everything I'm gonna need for this. It's down in the bottom of my bag. Make it easier for me to get to. Hoping this rain holds off. It's starting to miss now again. I'm wanting to do again a recalibration on this vehicle. We're giving that to the customer for free for allowing us to film it. Yeah, your comment about the Equalizer. I used to use the Equalizer cold knife as well. Here's the comment for those that don't see it in the chat or wasn't here with us live. But I'm the same way. I used to use the Equalizer cold knife. It was nice. You had two handles on it and pull it across. It was well made actually too. I give it that. But it was bulky to carry. It was heavy in my toolbox. Added weight where I didn't need weight. And the Rhino, love it. Just slide in, slide out, flip it around. You've got your other side. Great tool for a cold knife if you love using cold knives. But I agree. I have not gone back to Equalizer's cold knife as well since coming over to the Rhino. It's always been my go-to for a cold knife. Love it. But also for those that do watch my videos, the thing I love to use the most out of everything is gonna be the Spider. Love working with the Spider. It's my go-to for every job, unless of course, like I say, I show up and the glass is just shredded, just in pieces, and then I'm going for the Rhino or I'm going for a reciprocal saw. probably got to open it for this one. There we go. Right again. Under. Yep, I'm gonna open it. Just the bottom, gotta get snapped in. There we go. Let's see here. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Helps me out and everything. Kind of encourages me to do more videos like this whenever I do see more likes on them. All right, vehicle's done. So we're gonna move to the recalibration phase. Hopefully we can do the recalibration here and not have to do the move the van and reset everything up. I think I got enough space, but I'm not sure, so we're about to find out. We're using the CarCal system. Just gonna break it down real quick. CarCal system's really light. It's all aluminum. It's CNC made. They did it really well. You can deploy this thing, do your calibrations with it, depending on the vehicle, 3 to 8 minutes, and then however long it takes you to pack it back up. Packing it, no problem. Deploying it, also no problem. Takes me probably about, if I wasn't doing a video, I could probably get it deployed in 5 minutes, do the recalibration in about 3, 4, 5 minutes as well, and then have it back in the van, and I'm moving off to my next job. Really love this system, but on this vehicle there is a 2-position calibration. You're gonna have to have it up front, all the way up against the bumper, and then you're gonna have to have it a little bit further back, and it is gonna be a taller target. So we're gonna do both of those right now for y'all to allow you to see that. But initially, just breaking it out just so I can get the rest of the stand set up. I'm just gonna put it in this position. Tablet, once I connect back up to the vehicle, is gonna tell me everything I need to know. I don't have to remember anything, but by working on these vehicles, you will start to remember what you have to do. But honestly, you can go into it not knowing a thing about it. Recalibration is not a hard thing to get into. What's hard about it is how scary it is, because there's not enough videos out there showing you what you need to do and how to do it. And so by doing this video, I'm hoping this helps some of y'all just kind of relax a little bit and dive into it, and just trust me, it's not what people on the forums and everything are talking about. Yeah, you are liable, but you're replacing that windshield, not doing the windshield replacement and not doing that recalibration, you're liable for that. So by doing the recalibration, at least we can, you know, you can feel comfortable, because you will have a report. That report's going to have the pre-report, post-report, and your ADAS report there. As long as you got a successful calibration, you're good, bro. So I'm going to go ahead and get my targets out, get it set up. It's a magnetic target on this one, so I got a metal panel that I got to set up first, 2 panels, and then I can roll out my metal target for this vehicle. So this is my target right here for the Kia. It's a rolled up magnetic target, comes in a rolled up in a case and everything, so it's well protected. All the other stands, if you're not familiar with CarCal, and they are in no way endorsing me or paying me to say anything about this. This is just the system I chose after doing my research online, and I found this to be the easiest, lightest, most convenient one ever. Because going with the Autel or the launch is just too heavy, and the Autel was just too much chalking to do. I'd rather just use the lasers here, which are more accurate than that chalking out, dropping dials and wasting more time and getting on my hands and knees. And bad enough right now, I got a bad back, I got bad knees. I don't need to be crawling around on my vehicle, especially on a hot summer day in Mississippi on asphalt where it's 130 degrees out there on that blacktop. So this works great for me and everything I need to do. But I got my metal target set up. As you can see, it was just 2 pieces that just snapped together. You just rest them here on the bar, and I'm going to unroll my target here and get it mounted up. Once I get it mounted up, I'm going to then log into my tablet, and I'll switch over and share the screen so that you can see what I'm doing on my tablet for this recalibration. Target is wanting to come up in the bottom from being rolled up so long, so I'm just going to put some tape at the very, very bottom corners of this target to prevent it from rolling up on me. Well, that'll hold it. All right. Let's set this up so that y'all can see. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go put the vehicle in accessory mode. I need the key for the vehicle. Got the key, so I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hit start, pause for 2 seconds, hit start one more time, puts it in accessory mode. Car is in accessory mode. I've got the key with me. It does not stay in the vehicle. The other thing, you want your doors to be closed, you want the wheels to be straight, and you want the driver's window to be down. Typically my tablet would be on that driver's window there, and I would be doing my calibration from there. Instead, I'm going to try and do my recalibration right here if it will allow me, so that way you can see everything. So I'm going to go ahead, turn my tablet on. I'm I'm gonna log into my tablet. All right, I am logged in, so I'm gonna switch over and allow you to see what I'm seeing. All right, we're gonna go into diagnostics, top left. That's not my job that I need. All right, here's my job. It's the top left one there. It's got a pre-test in red. I want to click on the blue icon of the car there. It's going to go into the diagnostic phase now. We've already done a pre-scan of this vehicle. So now what I need to do is, if you remember, there was ADAS over to the right in the top. We're going to want to go there, and we're going to do a fault scan on the ADAS. So system's loading. Sometimes they go fast, sometimes they take a little time. We're going to hit ADAS calibration. Now, it has not been scanned. I cannot do anything until I scan this vehicle. So we're going to do a fault scan on the ADAS system here. There is a fault with the front camera there. All right, now that it's done its scan, I'm going to find the front camera, the front view camera. Lane camera is another name for it. The other thing, just look for the ADAS icon, which has the 2 lanes and the car that's kind of sideways in the lane. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're recalibrating. We're going to click on the plus sign on the far right, the little target acquisition. And I'll open up my toolbox so I can rest my tablet here. All right, we're going to do a static calibration. We're not going to drive this. All right, it's telling me what I need to do now. You see, it's saying that I need to have an internet connection. We are connected to the internet right now. We are live streaming. I have a Wi-Fi router out here, and we do have that internet connection. So I am clear to hit OK. Now it's going to connect to the server. You're just going to literally push buttons and follow directions on what it says in blue. That's all I'm looking for, is those blue numbers. All right, right here, select the situation that needs to be calibrated. Well, we replaced the front windshield. Don't go and check everything. Oh, we replaced the lane departure module, we repaired the bracket. Don't check all that. Just the overall job on what you did. What was the reason? And it's because we replaced the front windshield. Now it's going to tell me on the Autel tablet what tools I need. I don't really have to follow this because I'm not using an Autel stand. Now when I'm on this screen here, you can scroll through this and read it. This is going to tell you pretty much what it needs, the conditions, everything. Just hit setup. And now this is talking about dropping the dial. I'm not gonna have to drop a dial to find center on this vehicle. My CarCal system is gonna tell me where center is. So we're just gonna skip and we're gonna go next. I don't need to find center. Now here's what I need right here. And we probably are gonna have to move the van now that I'm looking at it some more, because I don't know if that's my distance. So I need to have a first point, an L1 point of 1189 millimeters. And I need to have a second point of 89 millimeters. I'm going to need to mark those on the ground with some tape, because during the calibration, once I start, it's going to only give me about 5-10 minutes to move and set up from point 1 to point 2, and it's not going to tell me those numbers again. So I need to make a note of these numbers right now. This is the only vehicles that you have to kind of do this on the Toyotas, Nissans, shoot, what else? Porsches. It's 1 point. You know, set up your target at that 1 point, do the calibration, done. But on these Hyundais, it's a 2-point calibration. So I'm gonna need to find my center real quick on my vehicle, find my first point of 89, find my second point of 111.89 from the front bumper. All right, I've got center on the vehicle right now. I'm gonna turn on this laser that's on my stand here. We're gonna shoot and we're gonna fire and find our distance next of my next point that I need, which is 89. 89 is pretty much against the vehicle. So actually that's 3.5 inches away from the vehicle, as you can see on your screen. So we're not gonna go for that point. We're gonna go for point 1 right now, which is 1189 millimeters. 1189 millimeters. All right, so now what I've done is I've squared up the stand to my vehicle. How I did that is I have a laser right here on the front bumper. This bumper right here, okay? There's a laser at the bottom. That's plush against the center of the vehicle, lined up against the front bumper, pushed all the way back, and that gives me my square, okay? There's a laser that shoots out that goes to my stand, and I've got 3 points of contact here that I can look at that laser is shooting on. I align that laser with the bottom point and the topmost point, and that's going to square my stand off to the vehicle. And so just checking real quick, we're good. So next up and everything, I've got my point right here. I'm going to put some tape on the ground. I'm going to go grab some tape. And we're going to mark this spot right here. And this is my L1. I believe when we do the calibration, we'll be at L2 first, and then we will go to point L1. All right, my stand is marked on all the corners so that I know where point L1 is. We're gonna go find 3.5 inches real quick. Which is all the way up against the vehicle. All right, I'm at a distance of 3.5 inches for that. So next thing I'm gonna want to do now, verify I'm squared and centered off. All right, we're gonna hit next page. This is gonna talk about my stand height that we need to be. That's what I'm looking for next. All right, there's my target, just so you can see the picture there. That's the target we're using. I can verify the target, make sure I got the correct one on there by looking at it. We're good. That is my correct target. I'm looking still for my stand height that I need to be at. There it is, 1400 millimeters. All right, I'm at 1400 millimeters. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click OK on this, and we're gonna enter the calibration process. All right, so prep work is complete. There is a garbage truck backing up right now. Sorry for the beeps, guys. All right, next, second calibration point. Make sure my stand is squared off again, so we're gonna throw this in here real quick. right, stand is squared. We're gonna click OK. There's my second point. That's what it wants to make sure. Nothing in blue for me to worry about right now. We're gonna click OK. Still clicking OK. We're gonna click OK. Function has been completed. So now we have successfully recalibrated this windshield on this vehicle. Calibration is successful. For insurance, they like to get a screenshot of this, so just hold the camera button, and then what you're going to do is click OK. We're going to exit out of this. So I'm just going to hit escape. We got a pass now on that camera when we look at it on our scan here for the calibration. We're going to back out. We're going to do a post scan. We're going to do a post scan on the whole vehicle. As it's doing the post scan, I now can break down my recalibration system. Turn my laser off, fold it up. And we're going to attach this to the back of our target. We're going to take our target off now too. Now it's going to ask us if we want to attach any photos. We're going to say yes. We're going to go in there. Insurance likes to have a photo of the license plate. I'd like to have a photo of your calibration successful result. So we're going to attach that. Luckily this is not an insurance job, but for those insurance jobs, make sure you get a picture of the license plate. Make sure you get a picture of your result there, the calibration successful screen. It will have the VIN number in the bottom corner. And then make sure you attach pictures of the damage to the vehicle. I like to do a picture of the left side and right side from the outside, and then a picture from the inside showing the damage, so that crack that's going across it, just so they can verify there. But if we go through and look, we have everything's good. Nope, everything's a pass. So this is a successful calibration. We're going to exit out. And I'm just going to go show you the report that this system creates real quick for my customer as well as the insurance company. We're going to click on it. We're going to hit view PDF, and then here's my pre-scan and my post-scan, as y'all can see. And as you can see there, we had an error on the front view camera, and that camera now has passed. So that's how you do a recalibration, and we have the successful calibration there report. How you doing?
Hey, what it costs to get my machine replaced? I got like a 2,000 beers. Okay, well, whenever you do, well, if you have it, like I'm right back there behind the post office.
Okay. Yeah. Take your information. Yeah. Here, I'll keep on doing So this is what our report looks like, and it's really nicely made. Sorry, I had a potential customer come in contact, just ask for a card pretty much, but it gives everything that the insurance company needs here is on this report. It's got my customer's name, phone numbers, all that, and we can go through and look. And what you want, see, we had an issue on the front there, the red, and now the post scan, you look at that, and now we're green, and that's what you're looking for. Now look, there are some reports where everything's gonna be red and red across the board, and that's because the vehicle's got other issues with it. You, as an auto glass shop, you're only concerned when you're doing a recalibration of ADAS, you're only recalibrating what you touched. we're not recalibrating these radars on the front bumper. We're not recalibrating the radar that's inside those side mirrors there. We're not recalibrating any radars, honestly. Sometimes when you do a dynamic, it will recalibrate the radar automatically as you're doing the lane camera. But you touched the rain camera, you took that off the glass, you're replacing the glass. That is what we are responsible for. That is what you are liable for. So the lane camera is the only thing that I want to recalibrate and the only thing that I'm focused on. As you can see here in my report, if we can find where the lane camera is, and there it is, the FCMR front view camera. There was an issue before, now there's no issue. We are good there. And if we look, it has software error there, and so we have, by doing this recalibration, it cleared it, and that's what we're wanting there. But if we go through, we have a spot there where I can sign it, my customer can sign it, date can go on there, and I'll submit this on to the insurance company if it was an insurance job, but it's not. So we're gonna go on back to our main camera there, and we are done with this vehicle. We're gonna break this down just to show you the CarCal system and how easy it is to break down. That's the top part. And here's the bottom part. And now, once I get this off, we're just gonna, and it's got magnets too, which is really nice. All the targets are metal for it, minus the little roll-ups. We're just gonna put this all back together, and we're gonna slide it into our nice carrying case bag that is strapped down to the side of my van in the back there. So it stays safe, out of the weather, and it's away from all my glass too. It's not gonna fall over. Now let me slide this in, I'll show you the rest of the stand. So the rest of the CarCal stand, I'll turn it around so you can see here. This is it for you. Okay, you got a nice, lower the camera so you can see that base there. Base is just a little tripod. You got some extension arms here that can come out the sides there at the bottom. That way, if it likes to teeter-totter, we can level it up there. I have some shims actually that I'll put in the parking lot whenever the stand is on slightly uneven and I can't get it squared off with the vehicle there. Because there are some driveways where the car's driveway might be on a level plane, but then the part that your stand is on is just slightly off. And it's that little slightly off there that will mess up the recalibration. Won't give you errors, but you can trim it out just by putting some little, I'll use, let me show you what I'll use. Right here. I use the suction cups, little guards right here. This is what I use. I will put them underneath there, and then you trim it out that way, and then to add things to it, I just add razor blades or just some other little, sometimes little pry bars. I'll put those in there too. But the stand is well marked. I have extension arms here that are magnetic as well that can go on to the tips here for the Hondas from when you're shooting that really far distance. The sides, so you've got a full metric system side here of all your stuff, and we can tighten this bolt down right here if we want to manually put it to our height. And then for your common vehicles on this side here, they have everything pre-marked already with the holes so that you can get it to those sides real quick and just, you know, lock it down and do your calibration. To your laser pointer is right here on the side to do your distance measure, and then you have a laser on your target on the front there. But these arms, they're super light. There's nothing to them. Watch out for our vehicle there. And to break it down is real simple. That's it. The stand is now broken down. It's real tiny. It's real light. Yeah, when you got everything on it, there's a lot of weight to it, but see, there's not much altogether. Probably pushing 60, 70 pounds. But it's not bad. I like it. Real easy to put together, real easy to take apart. The batteries for the lasers are rechargeable. This is the laser right here. And so you can turn the laser on, you can turn the laser off, you can unscrew the back here, access the little battery and replace it. But they really designed this system well, and I love it. So there it is. The stand's put back together. It's now ready to go back in there. I'm talking to y'all. Probably took me 5 minutes to talk to y'all about the stand and show it off. As you can see, it took seconds to put it back into a stow position. And then to drop it down even further, we pull the bottom here. It's now 100% ready to go back in my van. I'll roll it back there, lift it up, set it on the side, strap it down to the side wall. That's it. So, hope this helps y'all. hope this helps y'all. Hope this makes y'all a little bit more comfortable with the CarCal system. You can fit this in a car. It fits in the trunk area, no problem with the targets. I used to drive a Nissan Titan truck, and I used to put this in the right behind the driver's back seat in a crew cab. It was strapped to the back seat with the targets, and I had no issues with it. And then on the other side of my in my Titan there, I had all my tools and stuff. So no issues of room. This thing will fit, the whole system will. It's really nice. I encourage y'all to get into it. I think now though they're using launch tablets with it. It works with launch, but I've got the Autel tablet and it works with Autel and it does just fine. But if you're not doing recalibrations, you're looking for a system, 13 grand I think will pay for the whole thing. That's tablet, the license that you need to do to get the recalibration software on your tablet, the stand, the targets, everything. You get a year subscription that comes with it for free for updates and all, and then you pay an additional anywhere from $500 to $600 depending on what time of year you buy the update. I've already pre-bought my update during the summer sale that they had last year, and so I'm good for another 2 years actually. But you know, next time this summer sale comes around again, I'll probably buy it again when I see that price dip to around $525. Get a really good deal instead of paying the standard $595 for it. But it comes with updates on all your stuff to do your dynamic and static, and I love it. It's honestly a great deal. So, but I'm gonna leave y'all again. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out and everything to see that I am doing something for people, for technicians, for interested customers, for people that just want to learn auto glass. I show all my stuff from start to finish. I don't like to do edits on them because I don't want to fool you into thinking that, hey, this job's only going to take you 5-10 minutes, because that's the video I put out from start to finish. So I do a live all the way through, even on my recorded videos, try and take it from beginning to the end with no cuts. That way you can see everything and how long it takes you. Takes you averagely about 45 minutes to replace the windshield. If I wasn't talking to a camera, that's about how long it would take, 45 minutes to an hour. And then to do the recalibration, you're looking at an additional 20 minutes, possibly. Could be an hour, depending if you're just starting out on it. But once you get rolling on it, honestly, it's really easy, really nice. But I'm gonna pack this up. I'm gonna shut the stream down. We're gonna go turn this vehicle over back to the customer. I'm gonna show the report there. Yeah, thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a good day.